Hi, and welcome to Learn English with JOJO. I'm in Paris right now, and I just wanted to record a little introduction to the video that I recorded with my friend Calum in Lyon this past weekend. And basically the reason I'm recording this introduction is because I had to cut the first video that I made with him into 2 or 3 parts because it was way too long. So it's just going to cut off at a certain point in the video, and there's so much noise. And you can stay tuned for next week for the rest of the video, or part 2 of 3. I'm not sure yet. We'll see. We had a lot of fun filming the video, and here it is. So hello and welcome to Learn English with JOJO. This is Calum. You might remember him from a video we did maybe a year ago. I think it was about a year ago, maybe a little more.
Yeah.
Than a year ago. Right. He showed me a song that he uses to teach English to little children, because he's also an English teacher and he's from England. Where are you from in England?
From Hebden Bridge.
Hebden Bridge,
which is in Yorkshire, the region of Yorkshire.
Okay, and that's north
of the north of England. Yeah.
North of England. So do you think you have a typical accent of the north of England? No.
Sadly not. No, I don't have much of a Yorkshire accent.
Okay. Would you say it's more?
It's
London.
No, the accent is what you call RP.
RP. Okay.
Which is
it's like standard British accent or something. Okay.
Yeah. It's kind of it is also like the southeast accent, more or less.
Accent. Okay.
But it is also the standard accent for. Yeah, it's also a fairly standard accent in the UK.
Okay. Yeah, I think my American accent is pretty standard. I think there's some sounds I do a little bit differently.
I don't think I have enough of an ear to
yeah, I don't know.
So, could I just make it clear that I'm drinking panache here?
Yeah, show the panache.
Not anything.
Well, he's drinking panache.
Can you see them?
And not
just swigging away at
not just beer. So we're very lucid.
Exactly.
So I have this book. It's called The Prodigal Tongue, The Love-Hate Relationship Between American and British English. And it has a lot of Americanisms and Britishisms, and it tries to debunk the stereotypes between the two languages. And at the end of the book, there's a quiz, and it has a lot of, how do you say it? A lot of words or phrases or expressions.
Yes.
And you have to guess whether they come from America or from the UK. And I think the idea is that you'll be surprised by what they are. So we're going to try to pick ones that are actually more relevant, right? Ones that are said more often than others.
Well, some ones that you actually know what they mean.
There's some I don't know what they mean, so maybe that's not the most useful for someone learning English. But should we start with
the bee's knees? Is that one that
the bee's knees? Yeah. Okay. What would you say? British or English?
British or English?
British or American? The bee's knees.
I would say. Do you say in America?
Yeah.
It sounds British to me.
It sounds American to me. I think that might be the running.
Running
thing is we both just think it's something that we say. So the bee's knees. Do you say the cat's meow?
No.
No. It's the bee's knees. It's the cat's meow. It means it's great, basically, right? It's awesome.
In English, you can also say the dog's bollocks.
The dog's bollocks. Oh, and that's a good thing?
It's a good thing, yeah.
Oh. Okay. Okay. So we don't have to come to a consensus, do we?
No, I'll say, we could even keep a score. So, bee's knees.
Bee's knees. Are you going to say
knees.
British?
Yeah.
I'm going to say American. Just because I feel like cat's meow goes along with it, and I know that's American because you don't know what it is. Okay.
Yeah, I think you might be right on that, but I'm going to be patriotic.
Apparently, for this first quiz, the following words came into English after 1776. In some cases, it's a particular meaning of the word that came in.
Okay. So the bee's knees, I have the answers that we put here. American.
She says American. The reason. The bee's knees is often included in lists of Britishisms that Americans should learn, but it's a jazz age Americanism.
It does sound,
so a lot of these are like jazzy things that, it's like the question was where does it come from, not where it's used. So I guess, it's a jazz thing. It's the bee's knees. I think that's a cat's meow is also a jazz thing. What next one do you want to do? To contact? To get in touch with?
Yeah, go on.
To contact.
To contact.
I'm going to contact you, because that's said in French too.
It's actually, that's the thing, is it's because it's presumably it means, because a contact before would have been a noun, to get in touch with.
Yeah.
But get in touch with in a sense of being sending a message to somebody or calling them.
I don't know.
But I would say
I wonder if there's more. I think there is some explanation too.
Okay, cool.
After.
So I'm gonna say American.
I'll say American too.
To contact.
To contact. It sounds like a business term or something.
Yeah,
right?
it sounds like a that's what I thought as well. It sounds like an Americanism for like to friend somebody. That
yeah,
kind of
to friends. To contact. American. In the 1930s, Brits hated this American verbing of a noun. Many Americans hated it too. Now that business jargon prefers reaching out, contact sounds more dignified.
That's the thing that
we got have come from.
We got it a bit wrong, but because we said that it was business jargon.
Right. Yeah.
So, but
because I've been reading this book, and a lot of business jargon is interesting. Mm-hmm. Okay. What about middle of the road, meaning something that's just mediocre, or something that's not good, not bad, but just right in the middle.
It's kind of like a
middle of the road.
I understand it to be kind of like, oh yeah, you're right, because
it's just a middle of the road. Yeah, it's meh. I
like the fact you can define something not through words.
By meh. What would you say? I say American.
I think American.
I think American, but I was just reading in this book that road is more common to say in British English, and that we say street more often.
Okay.
I have down the street, and you'll say down the road.
The thing is, as soon as you look at your own language use, you have
it's
no
very
idea
confusing, yeah, because we use road too.
I think American.
I think American too. Are we just gonna say all of these are American?
I've had one British so far. Middle of the road.
Middle of the road. American.
We both said American. Yeah.
Okay. First described in 1894. Was first described. It first described the American Populist Party. What about quad? Like a quadrangle at a university?
Thing is,
we say that a lot in college.
You say a lot in British ones as well.
Right. You say the quad.
Yeah. Are you gonna?
I'll say British.
I would go for British for that
because
one as well.
Quadrangle sounds like doesn't sound. I don't know. It's something we probably stole from like Cambridge or something.
Well, that's the thing is when I think
the
of
university
it, I think of,
culture is.
I think that's what I'm thinking when I hear that. We have quad.
Quad. British. Okay, we were right about that.
Oh no. Oh no, yeah. You said
it's an old Oxford University slang.
Yeah,
these days, most American universities have quads.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think because I've not been to that many British universities actually, but I've been to Oxford when they always refer to quads.
Yeah, but so do we for every campus almost. What about taxi?
I think it kind of sounds Latin or Italian, or it could be Latin, could be Italian.
Taxi. I have no idea.
No, I have no idea where it actually comes from.
Do you say cab too? Yeah, because you say like a cabbie.
Oh yeah, that's true. I've never really lived anywhere where I've used a taxi. So.
A taxi. I don't know about this one. Well, because they say it in French too, so I would assume
in every language it's more.
They have taxi.
Every language that I know is taxi.
I would assume it's British then.
Because
I feel like all the Americanisms that are more newer to come into, but I have no idea. I'll say British. What will you say? American.
Taxi. I said American. You said British.
I said British. It's British.
I think you've got all of these.
Taxi. I think maybe I have an edge because I've been reading this book and she's been debunking stereotypes. But taxi is shortening of taximeter, a German invention that was first used in London in 1903, 4 years before it made its way to New York.
That's interesting because it's the same in every. It is basically the same in every language.
I guess it's German.
It doesn't sound German, does it? I don't know
what German sounds like.
Actually, do you speak German?
Not at all.
Me neither.
Not even a little bit. I know 3 words. Okay, next.
Yeah. Well, actually, this video is essentially is quite a good advert for the book.
For the book, yeah.
Because you so
sponsor
far,
me, Lynn Murphy. Please sponsor me. or your publisher, please reach out.
Because you can see the ignorance of somebody who has not read the book.
Yeah, and I've only read half the book, so yeah, maybe less than half the book. What about nincompoopery? Calling someone a nincompoop, meaning someone who's stupid?
Yeah,
kinda?
yeah.
Okay.
Nincompoop.
I'd say it's British, but I feel like it's a trick in the book to get me to think, because it sounds like a funny word, like
flibbertigibbet, like one of the
yeah, like
one of the
a word
words
that has a lot of syllables that's fun to say.
Yeah.
I think as British, and I think that's a stereotype in the book that they kind of debunk. Like the word for umbrella that people thought was British was a bumbershoot, but that's not. It's something we made up in America.
Oh, really?
Yeah. There's a music festival called Bumbershoot in Seattle because it rains a lot, and that's like a wink at.
I've never heard that word before.
Yeah, but it's just another word that sounds funny. It's funny to say. Bumbershoot. And it's a bumbershoot. You can imagine it in the British accent.
I have no idea what the word umbrella means. Because in
or why it's called umbrella.
Yeah, because we say parasol for like a sun umbrella, but for a rain umbrella, because it's against the sun.
Parasol, yeah.
And then in French you say parapluie for
parasol. Paragua is Spanish, like for water.
Because I was thinking in Spanish is something that makes sense as well.
Yeah.
Because it's like against rain.
Umbrella, yeah. Do you think Rihanna made up that word? Under my umbrella.
I don't remember hearing it from before.
Rihanna added a syllable to the word. She says umbrella, umbrella, Ella.
Under
my umbrella.
Depending on where it is in the song, it's also umbrella, Ella, A.
Oh yes. Okay, wait. So where were we?
What?
Nincompoop.
Nincompoop.
Nincompooppery.
Nothing to do with umbrella.
I'm saying British. What would you say?
I'm gonna go for American.
Okay.
I think that's only this. We've only disagreed on 3 so far.
Nincompoopery, British. Meaning foolishness is a 19th century British invention based on the much older nincompoop.
Damn.
So nincompoop is much older, probably still British, but she doesn't say. Okay, that's it. Stay tuned for part 2 of this video, which will come out in about a week or however long it takes me to edit. And I hope you enjoyed it. You can let me know what you think in the comments. Leave a thumbs up if you did enjoy it. And what else? What else can I say? Subscribe to my YouTube channel and share the video with your friends. And bye.